It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. We're looking out at a beautiful, beautiful Monday morning. It is gorgeous out there today, although Mr. Fyock, Sheriff Bob Fyock, thinks it's kind of cold out there.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Joining us in the studio this morning, Adam Campbell from Diamond Drug and Diamond Pharmacy Services, and Indiana County Sheriff Bob Fyock for what has become a very, very popular event. It is Drug Takeback Day, or Bring Back Day, however you want to phrase it. And that's coming up this weekend. It's our conversation this morning brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you both with us here today. Adam, this is a big thing for Diamond to do, isn't it?
Absolutely. We look forward to it every year, twice a year in April and October, Drug Takeback Day. It's a wonderful opportunity for the community to bring in their unused, expired, or unwanted prescription medications for safe disposal, overseen by the sheriff here. And we put it on every year in partnership with the sheriff's office and with our friends from the Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission. You know,
from the drug company's standpoint, why is it so important that people get old medications out of their cupboards?
Well, just comes down to safety. If you have young children like I do, you don't want stuff just lingering around in your house, but also then there's the addiction angle. Sometimes there's medications that people can get addicted to just having them right there within arm's length. So you're getting them out of the house and, from an environmental perspective too, they're being disposed of safely in that manner as well.
Yeah. And folks probably don't realize, but after they expire, and whatever your cause for having them was, the character, the nature of certain medications will change. And not only will they not do what they were intended for, but they'll do things entirely different than what they were intended for.
Right, yeah. Above all, you just don't want them to linger there in your medicine cabinet for years. You don't want any unexpected surprises that way. And so it's just really great that we're able to have these events and just get rid of them, no questions asked. Very easy. It's convenience, but it's also public safety.
Yeah, absolutely. So at Diamond Drug, which location, what times?
This will be at our Diamond Drug store here on Philadelphia Street, 670 Philadelphia Street, from 10 to 2.
On Saturday.
On Saturday, April 27th, right. And this year, we have a nice little bonus. If anyone is bringing in drugs to take back, we have the supply of 7-day pill organizers.
Nice.
You'll get one of those when you drop off while supplies last, but the courtesy of Diamond Drug.
Beautiful. Well, that's a little bonus for you.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of bonus, this year the event has another element to it. It's also going to be a shred day. Thanks to the partnership between the Drug and Alcohol Commission and State Representative Jim Struzzi, they're going to have the shred truck out front from, I was told, 10 to noon on Saturday. So in addition to bringing back your prescription drugs that you don't need anymore, you can also bring any personal documents to shred. So it's a really great 1-2 punch for spring cleaning, file cabinet, and medicine cabinet.
Nice. I like that. Let's get Indiana County Sheriff Bob Fyock in with us here this morning. Sheriff, if you could step over to that microphone. We're operating a little short-handed here.
No problem. No problem.
You've got the power play on that microphone right there this morning.
Okay.
From a legal standpoint, you got to cover that part of it too. These are things you don't want the wrong people getting their hands on.
That's right, Todd, because it gets in the wrong hands, it's going to be used for the wrong purpose. A lot of times, I stress when we're going out to talk to the senior centers, you have this medication, you forget about it, but there's been several times I know that I've had dealings over the years where the seniors maybe want to sell their property, and they don't even go with these people through the house. But a lot of times they're being ripped off, but people are coming into these houses to see if they have any drugs available. Mm-hmm. The older citizens, 99 times out of 100, have some kind of drugs, and some of them are very addictive drugs. And we need to try to make sure that it doesn't get into the wrong hands. Because once they do that, then who knows what they're going to do with it. Take it out and sell it to somebody. A lot of times now we have it being brought over to these young kids. We've got to keep these kids safe as much as possible.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that we have all this negativity, but we have to be aware of it. and we try to make the people be responsible for what they're doing. They have to be accountable for their actions too.
Yeah. It's interesting the way that we phrase that, because we do think of young folks and kids getting their hands on drugs. And some of them may be so young that they don't even know what they're doing. And then folks who might come into your home from outside the home and have access to them as well. But there's also senior citizens who might be having a little bit of cognitive problems and not even realize what they are taking, and finding those medications in their medicine cabinets. Maybe they feel a little something a bit off, and so they just go and they take whatever pill they happen to have there. Just if you don't need it, you should get rid of it.
Get rid of it. There has been times, one of the things I push to the seniors also is the thing about brown bag. List all your medications down. Some of the seniors may be dealing with 3 or 4 different doctors, and they don't know what medications the other doctors have prescribed for them. Mm-hmm. So one may be helpful and one may be dangerous, because one might rule the other one out and overtake it and cause other problems.
Yeah, yeah.
So they need to be aware of what they have. And again, sometimes they get confused. There should be somebody there to maybe help get their medication, like they were saying here about these different containers. Mm-hmm. But they may end up taking the same medication 2 or 3 times a day when they should be taking it every other day. But they just don't remember what has to be done.
Yeah.
So again, looking out for their safety and well-being also.
Yeah, if you're not sure that you've taken something, you don't want to take it twice in a day. You could really cause yourself a big problem. Sheriff, with the drug take-back day coming up on Saturday, are there drugs that people should not bring?
Don't bring any illegal drugs. Don't bring any needles or anything that's sharp. Liquids will not also take. Anything over the counter. We have even brought in some of the stuff for the animals, but it's not prescription, but it's over the counter.
Uh-huh.
So we will take that and dispose of it properly.
Yeah.
We had one several years ago. They didn't realize it, but they were tearing the mother's house down. We had drugs that were over 30 years old being turned into us.
Oh, yeah.
Because they didn't know what to do with this stuff. So we took it, and it was prescription drugs, and it needs to be taken care of properly and disposed of. If nobody's using it, get rid of it.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Yeah. One of the things that I think people don't realize as well is the medicated pads that are sent home after people have surgeries, and maybe they've got a pad or a patch that they put on. That's strong medicine.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it can be very addictive, too.
Yeah.
And you don't realize that.
Yeah. So we need to bring those things in as well.
Yes. Yes.
All right. What else from the sheriff's standpoint should folks keep in mind for Saturday?
Try to be there as much as possible. If you're bringing the containers in with that, make sure your name and the serial number, everything, address is scratched off.
Okay.
Sometimes they bring in a lot of stuff that's just dumped into a general bag, but they have to be careful, because if they might be stopped coming in or whatever, they have all these drugs.
That's a good
and
point.
They have no other idea what it is, but it's going to make a lot of caution, because they see all these medications. What's this for? Well, I'm getting rid of it. It may be understandable, but yet on the other hand, we have these people that are transporting drugs back and forth, kind of in the same type of scenario.
Yeah.
They might use the same excuse.
Yeah.
But we have to be aware of it.
Yeah.
We always expect the worst, but we have to be able to hope for the best.
Yeah. Adam Campbell from Diamond Drug. Maybe a good way for folks to do it. Those labels come right off now without leaving residue. Take a piece of paper, stick the label on it, bring it in, and then once you've turned your drugs in, go out and put it through the shredder.
That's right. Yeah. Right. That capability this year.
Yeah. So the shred truck's going to be right outside the door.
Yes. Believe it'll be right out on Philly Street from 10 to noon, I was told. So, yeah, that's a wonderful opportunity. We're really happy that Rep. Struzzi's office and the Drug and Alcohol Commission have made that happen to add another layer to this. And, yeah, there's just so many convenient ways to spring clean, as I said, file cabinet and medicine cabinet.
Yeah. A big part of that as well is when you get medications, you know this from being from Diamond, when you get medications, they come with a pretty substantial amount of paperwork that might have your name or identification on them too. So when you bring in the drug, bring in that paperwork and put it through the shredder.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All of those things.
Anything sensitive like that.
You could give the hours again, please.
Yes, Drug Takeback Day will be this Saturday, April 27th from 10 to 2 at Diamond Drugs, 670 Philadelphia Street here in Indiana.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you,
And
Todd.
I hope folks take advantage of it. It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. We're approaching 2 minutes away from the top of the hour, 2 minutes away from 9 o'clock. Fox News on the way, and then Josh Widdison in our WCCS newsroom. And in our next half hour here this morning, we've got the homeschool students are coming in, man. The Learning Tree homeschool students are putting on their musical, and we're looking forward to that.